of support for Upward Broadband LLC to apply. They are applying to the Pennsylvania Broadband Development Authority Capital Project Fund for implementation of a project to provide broadband infrastructure in unserved parts of Lebanon County. You'll recall, I think, that Comcast was in earlier, made a presentation at a workshop, so I think you understand the program and what's in play here. There's a deadline next week for these submissions. Upward Broadband is someone that has done business with DES on tower sites and so on. We've leased space from them, so they originally approached Bob Dowd. He handed it off to me, and I did do a little bit of checking to see if it's all right that you have more than one letter of support, and the answer is yes, because it's in the county's best interest that someone get this funding and provide the underserved and unserved areas. So whether that be one vendor or another, it really makes no difference, and therefore really the county could support all of their applications.
So they're qualified based on your research on program.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd recommend this letter of support for their application to the Broadband Development Authority.
Motion to approve that letter of support.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. I had some questions about some language in it, but
Okay.
it's probably akin to the stuff that I'm not familiar with, so it just seemed a little bit unusual in the bullet points, but I'm not going to challenge or hold it up for that.
It could be. I mean, you're probably referring to the 47% are considered underserved.
No, it's good.
Okay.
Upward Broadband will fit up equipment and then fits with our state. It just seemed like it was a little awkward, but
okay.
nothing,
Okay.
that's going to change anything in terms of our support for them.
Okay.
So, any other questions or comments regarding the motion? If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Okay. Next, I have a street lighting agreement with MedEd. This is for the pre-discussed lights at Monument Park. There are 12 lights at Monument Park. They were installed, according to MedEd, sometime in the 1980s. If you're familiar with them at all, they sort of look like flying saucers on the top. They are considered street lights. They are installed and maintained by MedEd. We get an electric bill for them, so they are street lights, basically. And so if street lights are in existence or have been installed more than 20 years ago, MedEd has a program where they will replace them at request. And so in going back and forth with MedEd a little bit, the person who there's a contact for street lighting, he's provided an agreement that would replace these lights, and there were basically two choices of style. There was a colonial type or an acorn post type of fixture, and I think the acorn post, I gave you this handouts, but I think the acorn post is probably the most fitting. These would then go from being sodium lights to 130 watt LED lights, so they would be brighter, they would be a little more efficient. We would still be getting an electric bill and so on, maybe a little bit lower according to their calculations here. And they would estimate it could be done in about 6 months until they get it through their system and get things ordered. The post would stay the same. This would be the fixture head, and I asked them if we could paint them black to match the fixture on the top, and they had to check, but they got back and said, yes, you may paint them.
Are the posts our responsibility?
The post is going to stay. It's
Right.
still theirs.
Still, I mean, in good condition.
Yeah. So it's just that they're silver. The tops would be black. I would want to paint them.
Yep.
They apparently had to even go back and check that. So,
All right.
but anyway, we're good for all of that if you're willing to enter this agreement.
Is there a motion?
I would love to make a motion to replace those 12 lights with a contract with MedEd.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Just a question, the flagpole, we talked about that as well.
Yeah, I don't have a current estimate on that. Back in 2018, we had looked at that before we painted it. The cost in 2018 was somewhere around $15,000.
Right.
We opted at that point to paint it for, I think, under $1,000. were able to have somebody paint it, so, you know, I can get an updated estimate on that and make a decision from there.
Well, I know the lights took a lot of your time, but I would appreciate follow-up on that when you get a chance.
Okay. Have request for exemption for disabled veteran from real estate tax, Henry Costner of 101 Juniper Street, Palmyra, meeting all the requirements for the program, and request your approval.
Motion.
Motion approved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve tax relief for this disabled veteran, 100%. Any questions regarding the motion? If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, so moved.
I have two hotel tax grant requests. First from Penn State University on behalf of the Penn State Extension, submitted from Voight, the senior extension educator, for a Penn State Crops Conference in Lebanon County to be held at the Lebanon Expo and Fairgrounds. And the project cost for this program is $9,376. They're asking for $7,500 toward the grant. They hold this will be held on February 6th of 2024 from 9 to 3. And they, at their last program, had attendance of over 300 and saw growers from Somerset and Mercer County, from as far as Somerset and Mercer counties. And they charge $10 to attend the program, and it provides credits toward pesticide and nutrient management certifications.
And I think they felt that that doesn't meet the burden of their expenses, the $10, and they can't go higher than that because it would impact on attendance. So this is why they're asking for support.
Did you do the math on the 25%? Does it meet that
50, yeah.
requirement?
Yeah, well, 20% would be 1,500, so 18, another 5%, yeah, that's right there.
Okay.
Right?
I
Actually,
didn't-
no, it would be more than, I'm looking at the 7,500, on the 9,300.
I didn't get to double check
Yeah,
that.
it seems so, just on a quick,
Okay.
yeah.
And I'll make a motion to approve the request from Voight for the
Second.
crops conference.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Okay, and the second one I have is from the Lancaster Kennel Club. And this is the Lancaster Kennel Club's annual agility trials. And it is to be held at In the Net, September 30th and October 1st. This is a 2-day event at In the Net. Estimated competitors each day are up to 500 competitors. And this total project cost is $22,000. They're asking for $6,835, which they noted is 31%. I did think they attached a number of statistics in terms of how their program has been going over the years. Their attendance increased by from 330 in 2021 to 599 in 2022. And competitors the same. So, I don't have any questions on that, but
I'll make a motion to approve that request.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved. Jamie, can I just ask, while we're in this topic of hotel tax, Sally keeps us posted on our balance, and is it time for us to consider a lower threshold? I mean, 3,000 or 4, just till we get the balance built back up again, so people get the idea that we're, there's a,
well, I think interest continues to increase, so.
Yeah, that too.
Also, but, yeah, I think last I checked, we were down around 55,000, this would be, is that right?
Yeah,
so
Dawn, we kind of keep track of it, she tells me what's being,
Yeah.
has been issued already.
So this would be another, so you'd
I
be
mean, we
down to
get-
about 40,000 maybe, plus whatever revenue came in.
Yeah, well, we get, what goes in there actually is the 10% of our county share, whatever is paid to the DMO, we get 10% back.
And maybe at some point we can look at the percentages allocated to different categories as well, but that'd be another day. But I just wanted to, hit the pause button here and say, hey, maybe we could bring it to people's attention a little stronger by having a smaller amount in there. Oh, yes.
Yes, I was thinking about this, and I wondered if we could have a two-tiered amount for out-of-county applicants, less, and for in-county applicants, drawing people here more, to leave the in-county applicants at the 7,500, and then if you want to reduce to 3,500 from out-of-county, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I don't understand the benefit of that to the hotel tax. We're trying to draw people to stay in hotels. I don't care if it's an out-of-county applicant or in-county. If they're bringing people in to stay in hotels that generates this money, that's kind of.
I understand why you're trying to do that, to, reward
So we can
locals,
reward our local
but-
people.
But it's all about, who's bringing in the most amount of people. If we have somebody.
I don't think it's gonna be a deal breaker for them on that amount, but I just feel very strongly about supporting local businesses that are utilizing our facilities and bringing people in.
Then we can always make an exception too. We have that option as, in our guidelines, if we feel strongly about something, we can make an exception. So, we don't need to discuss it today. I thought maybe it'd be simpler than this, but apparently not, so we'll just.
Yeah, I mean, when you went
think
from
about it.
10,000 to 7,500, that was kind of I guess just an arbitrary lowering to
Right.
try to maintain the account.
Right.
If we took a closer look at what the increase in the number of requests has been and what the average request is, you could probably have more information to make a decision on it.
Wasn't anything pressing, but I just felt that maybe it was time to relook at it, but let's.
There is a busier season, I would say, is in the spring when they really come in. This is the 17th request of the year. But they really come in pre-spring when everyone's planning their summer events, and that's when it really impacts the fund. And spring of '24, it may have a harder hit unless you make an adjustment. So I think it's a good idea to take another look at it.
And the form, they're using the old form. Do we have the new form?
We do. Some of the repeats just use the one they had before, so, but we can see that,
Ours is up.
yeah. I would go back to the question Joellen had. It seems that they did their 25% on the 7,500, not the
Yeah.
9,300 for that. So 25% would be a couple hundred less. It'd be $7,032 versus 7,500. It's up to you if you want to change your
I wanted to keep the
change your,
75%.
your approval, but I just wanted to point out the math. You're
I think
talking, $300.
25% is something we should stick to.
So you approved 7,500, 25% would be 7,032. It's up to you if you want to change it or just let it.
I would like to make a motion to correct the math on that, or didn't I make that motion?
I don't think you did.
Did I, Dawn?
You're going back to
I would like to amend my
the
motion.
Kennel Club one? The Kennel Club one?
No, the
No,
previous.
the previous one, no, well, yeah, you made the motion.
Then I would like to make a motion to amend that.
Are we talking about the Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not going to second it. I'll let it stand.
The way it is.
That's all I have. You have some executive session following this meeting?
Yeah, is there, coming up into the Marcellus Shale cycle?
That wouldn't go out until November, I don't
So
think,
it's-
the application.
The second year would start.
Yeah, we didn't do them this past
Didn't
year,
think
so
so.
it would be this round. Yeah, it would be the next round. But the applications usually go out in November, decisions in February.
All right. Anything else to come before the board? If not, I'll seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Stand adjourned. Thank you.